Hey everyone, what's going on? Thanks for tuning back into Relevant Jukebox. So today I wanted to introduce to you guys a new series I'm going to call Hidden Gems, covering a series of records that are a little bit more obscured, a little harder to seek out, or ones that I just don't really see talked about too much. But I do think they're all really, really good and worth listening to. Also, I'll do my best to share with you guys how to seek these records out so you can listen to them for yourselves. So feel free to leave a comment down below if you know of a record that's a little bit more obscure, that goes underappreciated. I'd love to hear about it. And today we're going to start with one of my favorites from Dania Shapes, Soundsystem Pastoral. So this is a record that I just really don't see that many people talk about, and I'm surprised because I'm sure it would be a lot more popular given who actually made it, which was Mr. Daniel Lopatin, aka One-O-Tricks Point Never, who's easily one of my favorite electronic producers ever, actually, and it's cool to see him getting a lot more attention in the mainstream, soundtracking Uncut Gems and even production credits on The Weeknd's new album. But long ago, Daniel got his start in the scene in Boston, which is where I'm from. And this record over here is a compilation of earlier recordings that I think are around 2006. At least that was the date that I could find on my files that I had. So this predates all of his material under the One-O-Tricks Point Never name, but also his super famous cult classic album Echo Jams Volume 1 under the Chuck Person moniker, which is an album that most people, even myself, consider to be the birth of Vaporwave. This Dania Shapes release, though, doesn't sound anything like Vaporwave, and it does have a lot of qualities and almost serves as a precursor to the material he released on his 2013 EP, The Fall into Time. This album is a warm oasis of glitchy ambient electronics and fuzzy textures, colorful landscapes, and some heartfelt melodies as well, which is all pretty much summed up perfectly on the opening track, Sunset Course. Starting off this track, it feels like I'm sitting on a beach and I'm waking up to a gorgeous sunset, but at the same time, all my most intimate memories of my life are being presented in front of me or something. I can't just help but smile at this track because it just puts out such a good vibe, but the vibe quickly turns a little bit more uneasy halfway through. Even on some of these earlier tracks, you can definitely hear One-O-Tricks' footprint that would carry over into his newer material, as a lot of the things that happen on this album sound like they're improvised and it's all natural and organic, but a lot of the melodies and the compositions on this thing are just too specific to not feel like they were labored over, but it just doesn't come off like that in any way. Take the track Love's X Audio, for example. There's this amazing, like, bubbly digital melody that plays itself and carries through the track as it goes on this journey that melts down on like a horizon towards the end. There are also spots in this record that enter slightly noisier territory, like the track Baroque Travel Aid, for example, how there's a wall of sound created that sounds like it's made up of glass and radio static and it's being fed through a vortex, which is an idea that I think he revisited and then improved upon on the opening cut off of his 2010 album Returnal. The entire record then concludes with a more haunting and somber piano piece, December Waiting Room, which I guess is slightly underwhelming for a closer, but it does have this really mysterious and almost uncertain quality to it, like listening to this whole album. Now, you might be wondering to yourself, how do I listen to this album if I don't have someone to send it to me? But it's not on streaming services that I could find. However, there is a YouTube video that is playing the album in full, so I'm going to leave a link down below in my description box. I suggest checking that out so you can hear this thing. So I do hope you enjoy this record if you are a One-O-Tricks Point Never fan, but even if you're just a fan of electronic or ambient music in general, definitely still check this album out. It is really awesome. And if you have heard this Dania Shapes release before, what did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, thank you for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like and share, and if you want more content from me, hit that subscribe button. Peace.